For 11 seasons, the talents of the Mustang Volleyball Team have been overshadowed in a conference of titans. But everything changed in the 2014 season when their focus brought them to another level.
I would say our team culture started just making sure our freshmen felt welcome and a part of the team right away. We would have team dinners at our coach's house, and his wife would make awesome meals for us. And I think that was the key.
I mean, it was my freshman year, and I was still kind of getting the hang of college volleyball and the pace of the game. But I think a lot of my motivation came from the older players and the older leaders.
I think that's what was so good with our success is we're talking good people in the classroom, in the community, on the court, off the court. And I think that's what really did it is these girls care about one another.
The Mustangs rallied around an inspiring phrase that motivated them throughout the season.
Our practice t-shirts consisted of a motto that said, "Hungry dogs hunt best," and it's just a line that one of our assistant coaches always told us.
To me, I think it means if you're not hungry for something, you're not gonna play your best.
Whoever wants it more and is gonna do the work and is motivated and dedicated and does the dirty work, they hunt the best. They're gonna win because they want it and they're doing what it takes. And that's what it was. We were some hungry dogs and we proved that we hunt best.
On the 2014 squad, 7 of the 15 players were freshmen. However, they played as if they were a team of seasoned veterans.
We oriented the freshmen to the team pretty quickly at the beginning of the season just by having different team bonding experiences and giving the freshmen an opportunity to come into campus and come onto the team feeling welcome and just comfortable. And I think that's really important as they start this new phase in their life.
I think there were a few things. First of all, it was a very good team. We had young players that still weren't seniors, but had played quite a bit. Their leadership and their ability to fight for the same cause was an important thing.
Arguably the best conference in Division II volleyball is the Northern Sun Intercollegiate Conference. The Titans of the NSIC include Minnesota Duluth, Wayne State, Augustana, Winona State, and 7-time consecutive national champion Concordia St. Paul. Not only did the Mustangs have to overcome these teams in the regular season, but would come face-to-face with many of them in the early rounds of the playoffs.
When you look at the competitiveness of our conference, UMD was unbeaten and had beaten us 3 times. Now there's some things that went along with that that didn't scare us terribly. We actually thought we should have beaten them at home. Had plenty of chances, we just played like a young team.
I think anyone can say that you're always gonna have your ups and you're always gonna have your downs. And I think that's what we kind of went through is we had some really good moments and we definitely had some bad moments. And I think what our team does a good job of is learning from those bad moments. And I think we took them and went into practice and really tried to fix what we need to fix to go to the next level, or as in by the next level I mean to get through regionals.
The Mustangs were headed to their 11th consecutive NCAA Division II volleyball tournament. They entered the Central region with a record of 21 wins and 9 losses. To advance in the tournament, they would have to face the toughest teams once again.
When you question about what makes this region tougher, one year to another, they're always tough. It's the best region in the country in Division II, and our goal in this regional was, let's just look at it from when regionals play, we have to win 6 games in a row. If we win 6 games in a row, we're a national champion.
In round 1, the Mustangs played Nebraska Kearney. It took all 5 sets to clinch the match, but round 2 brought the Mustangs an even greater challenge. They would face 7-time consecutive national champion Concordia St. Paul, a team they lost to twice in the regular season.
I'd be lying if I said people doubted us. I would be lying if I said people thought we couldn't do it. And The difference is we couldn't have that. As a coaching staff, as players, you had to go into that game thinking we are winning. Everyone had to think it. If one person had doubt, we weren't going to win.
After defeating Concordia St. Paul, the Mustangs found themselves in a position they've only been once before, the regional championship. The winner advances to the national tournament. As they geared up to play Duluth, the team dealt with struggles off the court. Freshman Greta Geis found herself in a battle with cancer, while Abby Thiessen was recovering from a knee injury.
And so Abby had a knee that was bothering her, and we just decided we're not going to risk her hurting that or aggravating it more where she couldn't play in the region.
I did my treatment every day before the game and just tried to manage it as best as I could.
You know, Greta had was declared with cancer for a second time, and I believe just became a motivational thing for our team.
I think a lot of the drive that we had was for Greta. We used the motto to play for Greta, and I think that's what helped us a lot.
The regional championship game would be played in Duluth, giving the Bulldogs home court advantage. Having lost to Duluth 3 times in the regular season, the Mustangs would need every ounce of focus that they could muster.
You could feel as it went that there was a little bit of uncertainty on their team, and our kids did a good job of feeling that and kind of putting the pedal down instead of trying to coast or hope it would happen.
As we kept getting better throughout the match, it seemed as if the fans started to get a little quieter when they started to question whether or not Duluth was going to pull it off.
Smiling cheek to cheek, jumping up and down, the usual cheerleading stuff.
Everyone jumped up and cheered, and you could hear the crowd, and it was just a great feeling.
With this win, the Mustangs accomplished something that they have never before, their first regional title. Playing off the momentum of this win, the Mustangs advanced to the Elite Eight in the national tournament. Any other one would be icing on the cake.
It's an overpass through the block and good, and Tampa wins their second national championship here today in 3 over Southwest Minnesota State University. Final scores.
We're going to welcome that NCAA Division II national runner-up, our SMSU volleyball team. Let's give them a round of applause.
I really couldn't have asked for a much better season.
We got beat a few times, but we never got beat by bad teams.
It was the best college experience that I had.
It was a really good experience, and it's something that I think about all the time.
But it makes you hungry. It makes you want to go back.
Hundreds of hours of training, countless drops of sweat, one limit broken and set anew. A team comes together, malleable enough to form one great force.